In the sprawling metropolis of Zootopia, where predator and prey lived in a fragile harmony, a whisper was growing louder. It spoke of the night howlers, those infamous, beautiful, yet terrifying flowers. Most citizens only knew the official story. A concentrated serum from these blossoms could turn any mammal, predator, or prey, savage. But Officer Judy Hopps and her partner, Nick Wilde, were about to discover a secret that ran much deeper. A secret hidden in the very soil of Zootopia. It all started on a Tuesday, under the relentless glare of the Sahara Square sun. A call came in about a disturbance at the Oasis Palm Hotel. A normally placid Oryx concierge had suddenly gone wild, thrashing and bellowing in the lobby. By the time Judy and Nick arrived, the Oryx was sedated, but the fear lingered in the air, like the cloying scent of jasmine Tion Le Clouis. A single, crushed, purple petal near the concierge's desk. A night howler, but how? The city's supply had been destroyed months ago. Back at the ZPD, Chief Bogo was grim. This wasn't an isolated incident. Similar reports were trickling in from Tundratan and the Rainforest District. A polar bear, a sloth, even a tiny shrew, all prey, all had gone savage. This broke the pattern. The original night howler incidents only targeted predators. Something was different. Something was wrong. Nick, ever the cynic, leaned back in his chair, tail flicking. So, carrots, you're telling me someone's back in the flower business, but they've changed their customer base. Doesn't make sense. The whole predators are scary angle is what sold the last scheme. Judy tapped her pen on her notepad. Exactly. Nick, it's not about fear this time. Or at least, not the same kind of fear. Look at the locations. A luxury hotel, a cryo spa, a high-end financial firm. These aren't random attacks. These are targeted mammals in positions of influence. Their investigation led them to the city's botanical archives, a dusty, forgotten wing of the Zootopia Museum of Natural History. There, they met a wise, old tortoise named Professor Sheldon, the world's foremost expert on Zootopian flora. He peered at the petal under a microscope, his ancient eyes widening slightly. Ah, yes, he murmured. Midmi campum hulisiphius. But this is a variation I haven't seen in decades. It's cultivated, not wild. See these microscopic ridges on the cell walls? This flower was grown with a very specific mineral cocktail. He explained that the wild night howler's toxin was a blunt instrument, a simply neurotoxin. This cultivated version, however, was different. It didn't just induce savagery. It was designed to amplify a mammal's deepest, most primal emotion. For the predators in the original crisis, that emotion was aggression. But for these prey victims, the Oryx, Judy recalled, he was a concierge at a hotel known for its exclusive parties. He always wanted to be a guest, not an employee. Nick added, worked at the DMV. His deepest, most primal emotion was probably just a burst of speed. Professor Sheldon nodded slowly. Precisely! This new strain doesn't just make them savage, it makes them act on their most suppressed desires and insecurities. It's a psychological weapon, not just a biological one. And to cultivate it, you'd need a very rare, very specific soil compound. A compound found in only one place. The old Meadowlands. The Meadowlands, a part of Zootopia that had been abandoned for half a century. It was once a beautiful expanse of fields and farms, home to many prey families, before the city expanded and pushed them out. Now, it was a forgotten wasteland, a ghost of the past. As their cruiser bounced along the cracked asphalt leading to the Meadowlands, an uneasy silence settled between them. The skyscrapers of Zootopia faded in the rearview mirror, replaced by skeletal trees and crumbling barns. It felt like they were driving back in time. In the heart of the Meadowlands, they found it, a massive, dilapidated greenhouse. Inside, rows upon rows of vibrant purple night howlers glowed under artificial lights. And in the center, overseeing the operation, was an animal they never would have suspected, a sheep. But not just any sheep. It was Bellwether's former assistant, a quiet, overlooked sheep named Lambert. Lambert wasn't surprised to see them. He simply turned a watering can in his hoof. Officers. I was wondering when you'd piece it together. Judy kept her hand near her tranq gun. Lambert, why? After everything that happened with Bellwether, why would you do this? Lambert chuckled. A dry, bitter sound. Bellwether had the right idea, but the wrong execution. She wanted to create fear. I want to create chaos. She targeted predators, trying to make them the villains. But I learned something from her failure. The real power isn't in making the strong seem weak. It's in making them meek, unpredictable. He gestured to his flowers. For generations, my family worked this land, we were happy. Then the city came, with its noise and its ambition. They told us our way of life was obsolete. They called us simple. They built their shining towers on our fields and forgot we ever existed. They made us feel small, insignificant. He picked a perfect blossom. This little flower doesn't just make you savage. It unlocks what's already inside. The oryx didn't just want to be a guest. He resented the wealthy predators he served. The polar bear wasn't just angry. He was terrified of his business failing. This flower, it gives a voice to the voiceless, the ones who smile and nod and serve all day, while their hearts are screaming. Nick stepped forward, his usual smirk gone. So you're turning Zootopia upside down just to prove a point? It's more than a point, Fox, Lambert sneered. It's a reckoning. Zootopia celebrates the loud, the ambitious, the predators, but it's built on the backs of the quiet, the overlooked, the prey. I'm just leveling the playing field. When everyone is capable of losing control, when the meek can be just as wild as the mighty, then true equality is finally possible. Suddenly, sprinklers hissed to life, spraying not water, but a fine, purple mist. The air filled with the sickly sweet scent of night howler nectar. Judy and Nick started to cough, their heads feeling fuzzy. Don't worry, Lambert said, pulling a gas mask over his face. It's a mild dose, just enough to show you what you're really hiding. What's your deepest insecurity? Officer Hawks, that you're just a dumb bunny who got lucky. And you, Wild, that you'll always be a worthless, untrustworthy fox. Judy's vision swam. She could feel a cold dread creeping in, the old fears from her childhood. But then she looked at Nick. He was clutching his head, his eyes wide with panic, but he was fighting it. And in his struggle, she found her own strength. This wasn't about fear. It was about choice. No, Lambert, Judy said, her voice clear and strong despite the haze. You're wrong. Our pasts don't define us. Our fears don't control us. We choose who we want to be. Every single day. With a surge of adrenaline, she lunged, not at Lambert, but at the main water valve for the sprinkler system. She wrenched it shut. The mist stopped. Nick, shaking off the last of the effects, tackled Lambert, sending the night howler flowers scattering across the floor. As backup arrived, cuffing a defeated Lambert, Judy looked around the greenhouse. He wasn't entirely wrong. Zootopia wasn't perfect. There were still forgotten corners, overlooked citizens, and quiet resentments simmering beneath the surface. The night howlers weren't the real poison. They were just a symptom. The next day, as the sun set over the city, Judy and Nick stood on a balcony overlooking the Zootopia skyline. The city was safe again, but the case had left its mark. He had a point. You know, Nick said quietly, not looking at her, about the quiet ones. I know, Judy replied, but his solution was to burn everything down. That's not the answer. The answer is to listen, to see the ones who feel invisible, to make sure no one feels like their only option is to scream. Nick finally turned to her, a genuine, soft smile on his face. You know, carrots. For a dumb bunny, you're pretty smart. Judy smiled back, bumping his arm with hers. And for a sly fox, you're a good mammal, Nick. They stood in comfortable silence as the city lights began to twinkle on, a million points of light. Each one a story, each one a choice. The night howlers were gone, but their lesson remained. A reminder that the strongest societies aren't the ones without flaws, but the ones willing to face them. Together, the work was far from over, but for now, the city was at peace, and that was a start.